Hello YouTube, this is Bash being here for week 5. We are up against Bbalno and the Dunsparce F.C, who's got a very terrifying team, honestly, and he's a very good battler too, so I didn't really feel too confident coming into prep, but his teams consist of Lando T, Suicune, Greninja, Alolan Muck, Bronzong, Rotom Fan, Mega Glade, Tangrowth, Latios, Diancie, and Kecleon, with offensive Z users being Landorus T and Latios, and overall Z user being Diancie. My team consists of Mega Lopunny, Dragonite, Necrozma, Empoleon, Roserade, Silvally, Zebstrika, Darmanitan, Hoopa Unbound, Comfey, and Swampert, with offensive Z captains being Dragonite and Necrozma, and overall Z captain being Hoopa Unbound. So yeah, I'm not really going to talk too much about this. I do not want to really reveal too much about this because I have a feeling that if both of us make it to playoffs again, we will play. But I didn't want to reveal too much of what I used. So, but he's got a very thick team with a very disgusting defensive core of like Diancie, Latios, Tangrowth, Bronzong, Suicune, and even Alolan Muck as well too. Those it's just oh my god. And then his offensive core of Pursuit, his Dark Core right there that helps make it Glade out so much with Alolan Muck and Greninja. Lando T, of course, being a Z user is always terrifying. And yeah, so let's get into the match. He ends up bringing Mega Glade, Bronzong, Lando T, Alolan Muck, Greninja, and Suicune. I bring Mega Lopunny, Necrozma, Comfey, Empoleon, Silvally, and Hoopa Unbound. I believe I lead off with Silvally in this match. He's going to lead off with Greninja. Oh, this is a little too fast. Let's turn this on slow. Okay, he leads off with Greninja. I'm going to go for the parting shot. I should have hard switched into Empoleon, but full of tuck, I'm going to parting shot out to get Mega Lopunny in here. As he goes for Ice Beam, revealing he could be like a Scarf. He's not a boosting item, at least. I'm going to go for, I believe, a return. I believe it was a return, yeah. So that does pretty well against Suicune, but it's Rocky Helmet, so this is going to be a pain, especially if he's a Rest Sleep Talk here. So I'm going to switch out, I believe, into Empoleon, because I do have that fact of Toxic. He goes for Scald, doesn't do much at all. It's pretty much leftover recovery almost. So I'm going to fire off a Toxic. He makes a hard play to make a Glade, knowing the Toxic is coming, so that's a good play on him. I'm going to have to switch out to my Necrozma on this point, because Necrozma is my check to make a Glade. As he makes another double into the Alolan Muck, that's perfectly fine with that. Because even Alolan Muck's not going to do much to Necrozma because of the fact of the Prism Armor. So I'm going to make a switch out to Silvally Dragon. Try to get, and he goes for the knockoff, 20%. That's fine. I'm just going to go for a Dragon Claw here. I don't want another thing taking a knockoff here. So he's just going for another knockoff, and that's fine. I believe he goes switch down to Greninja. I could have parting shot here, which would have been an amazing play, but he goes into Greninja, takes a decent amount of damage, and I'm going to switch out to Empoleon. So that's something to note. As goes out to Mega Glade here, as now I get to go back into the Cosma here. This thing is Toxic, so it's on timer. It's really nice as well. Unless he has Drain Punch, but Drain Punch is not going to do anything against Necrozma. So he goes for a Swords Dance. I kind of expected that. I was expecting more X-Scissor over Knockoff, just because if I'm a Cobra Berry, Knockoff doesn't do much after first recovery, or if I just lose my item, it doesn't do much at all. So I'm expecting X-Scissor, and I could take this decently. I'm just going to Moonlight here, scat out the Knockoff / X-Scissor. It does 67%, so that I could pretty much deal with that with the leftovers I have here. He's got pretty high health, and I'm just gonna Moonlight again. As he goes for Ice Punch, trying to make a read, I believe into, I don't know, maybe he's going for the freeze. Maybe Silvally. I don't know honestly why he went for Ice Punch, to be honest, but he's pretty much dead next turn. Or not this turn, next turn I meant. As I'm just going to Moonlight again. This thing is a pretty much dead Mega Glade here at this point. Necrozma's going to still be stuck at a pretty high level amount of health here. As he goes for X-Scissor again. Gets a higher roll, which is kind of scary, but I get the Moonlight back up. And about like, what is it, like 79%? So that's pretty nice there. Necrozma's still pretty healthy to take on a lot of the other opponents' mons. He can go into a low muck. I could have sacked off Savali here, but I'm going to go for a knockoff to try to take off the Iapa Berry there. But he's Assault Vest, so that's good to know. The knockoff didn't even do that much, and this is a max attack, I think, low muck. And I'm just going to Moonlight here. This thing, it's low muck's not going to do much to me. As he goes for the poison jab, trying to get the poison. I'm going to switch out to Hoop Unbound, trying to make a read. And that doesn't work out, and he takes off my choice band. Oh well, especially since we're not going to be able to take him out now. So that's fine. Oh well. So now Hoop Unbound goes down. Did not play Hoop Unbound really well this game, so that's something to note. But I go to Megalopony. I could force this thing out pretty well. As he goes into Suicune here, pretty obvious. I'm going to go for the Power Punch, because Power Punch takes out a little muck there anyway. And I get to go off for a return here. And that's going to do a lot right there. And this Suicune's pretty much dead here at this point. Get this Scald off. That's alright. I could have... the Rocky Helmet's going to be a little annoying here. It brings me really low. But I think we could deal with it alright. He goes into Greninja here. And it's pretty much... I'm pretty much confirming that this thing is Scarf. He could go for a U-turn, which... Actually, I don't think U-turn would have taken me out there, so that's a huge risk on his part, because I could have gotten off another huge hit with Megalopony, but I believe I go for the Ice Wing in case Landorus sets up, because at this point Landorus could actually sweep me if he was a Rock Polish set, so I'm going to go for the Ice One. He reveals his Tectonic Rage, that's fine. I'm going to go into Megalopony and fake the fact that I'm going to go for a return here, try to hit as hard as possible, put this in range of Comfey kind of thing. Because Comfey right here is the only thing that can really do too well in the rest of the match, I guess. Except for Bronzong. Sack off Savali here. U-turn over here, you see before, it doesn't do too much. And now he goes into Landorus. This is pretty much a dead Savali here. Sacking it off here. And we're going to have to play these end games here really, really well in order to get this game back in a position where we could possibly win. He's going to go into Bronzong. I'm going to go for the return. On this turn, next turn, I should have switched out to Necrozma. Probably hindsight, that was the better play, but I'm going to go for the Drain Punch, try to get as much damage as possible to put this in range of Comfey. I didn't think Gyro Ball would do too much, but it did. I don't know, I didn't count Gyro Ball, but that's fine. He shows the leftovers kind of thing. I'm going to go into Necrozma, knock it off. This thing is standing in my way of my Comfey, so that's something to note. He shows the Toxic here. That's fine too. I could go for another knockoff. I could go for a Moonlight. He's going to go into Greninja. I'm going to go for a knockoff again. Take the Choice Scarf. And I'm going to switch into Comfey, predicting the Dark Pulse. Because that's the only way. Because we're right here, we're going to have to play these end games very well, as I said, to get back in this game. He goes to Hydro Pump. And I believe I double out here into the Necrozma on the Bronzong switch in. To try to get Necrozma back up to a higher health, as that's exactly what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to get up a Moonlight here, very nice for us. He goes into Greninja. I'm back at a higher health, so now this Necrozma can take on Landorus and the Bronzong for the most part. So that means I'm going to switch out to Comfey again, as he goes for the Dark Pulse, because he's forced to go for Dark Pulse there, or the Greninja goes down for no use. And I'm going to go for a Draining Kiss, take this thing out. That's really nice. Brings up a decent amount right there. And now he's going to go into the, I believe, the Landorus. So at this point, I believe this is, yeah. So at this point, I'm going to go for a Draining Kiss, try to get some more health. And on this turn right here, I'm going to make a misplay on this turn. Me revealing just, all I can do is just Draining Kiss it. I should have clicked Taunt here, I guess, but that's fine, because he's gonna make a great play and go for the SD and pretty much win here. That's basically what it is. Nothing I could do about it. He made very good plays to get into this position. Anyway, I just messed up on the very last play, like last two plays, I guess, of the end game, in order to get into position. Because the end game I was doing pretty well. I was getting back in this end game, but this just didn't work out, I guess. So, oh well. Nothing much I could do about that now, so GG to Bbalno. I hope I pronounced your name right this entire video. If not, definitely let me know, because I feel bad about that. But GG. We will be playing, I believe, Jake in week 6. We do drop to our first loss, but that takes off some pressure off of us, so that's really nice at least. So now I'm not pressured as much to just win out in every single match. So, but we are still looking in a very good position for a playoff position. So we're just gonna have to keep continuing and keep working. So, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bash.